enter the market very competitively and grow very rapidly. This is what happened to China. This is what happened to Japan. This is what happened to Germany before that. At a certain point, these economies begin to slow down. This happened to Japan. It is now happening to China. And one of the reasons is that China wages are now rising faster than those of many other countries, and many businesses are leaving China. So we asked the question, where are businesses in three entry points going? And these are garment manufacture, footwear, and cell phone assembly. They're very basic, wage-sensitive industries. And what we found is there were 16 countries in the world that they were going to. The heart of this is in the Indian Ocean Basin in East Africa, in Myanmar and Southeast Asia, in that area. But there's a small concentration in Latin America, and Peru is one of the most important where these businesses are going. So this is not what is going to happen, it's already happened. It's been happening. Now, Peru has been a energy and mineral producer for many years. But this is not the entry point into industrial competitiveness, because you're very vulnerable to demand decline, price shifts, and so on. This new entry into Peru is a basis for the development of future industries. So once you have this basic industry, you begin to have a disciplined workforce, you begin to have infrastructure, more and more sophisticated businesses will come here, we think. So when we look at the world, there are 16 countries this is happening in. This is about 1.1 billion people in these countries. There is no one China. But it is very clear to us that Peru, at this moment, is one of these countries. And over time, this is not overnight, but over time, it will develop into a major industrial power, I think. China has already had its major problem with inflation. The price of labor in China has gone above that of many countries, including even southern Mexico. So that it is no longer advantageous for countries to produce in China as they did. And they're leaving China, and Chinese companies are leaving China. Chinese companies are relocating in places where there are lower wages. So this is a normal process. You cannot live forever on low wages and high growth. And China, like Japan before in 1990, has reached the limit of its growth. And so other countries will take its place.
And the group you have in Latin America is kind of an eclectic group, because you have Mexico, which obviously has an upside because of the probable industrial renaissance in the U.S. as well, because of cheap gas, right? And then you have Nicaragua, I think, and the Dominican Republic, right?
Yes.
And Peru is the only one in South America.
Yes, it's very scattered. Mexico is on there. Mexico is already a developed country in the north. It is, however, also a Central American country in the southern portion. And in that region is where we're seeing this kind of growth. Nicaragua, the Dominican Republic are much less developed. These are new industries that have moved in there. So yes, in Latin America at this point, Peru is the only one who occupies this position.